Hey everybody, so I am doing an event tomorrow and I want to show you what you can do with the Done by One CRM whenever you're doing an event. So if you are doing an event and you're going to have people there and you might have handouts that you want to give them, right? The old school way was to bring a bunch of pieces of paper and hand them out to everybody. The new way is to have them fill out a form. So on your presentation, you put a QR code. That QR code is going to go to a form. They're going to fill out that form. And once they fill out the form, it's going to automatically put them into the CRM and it's going to automatically send them an email with the handouts and the documents. So that way, a couple of things is going on. Number one, we're saving the trees, right? We're not having to print out a million pieces of paper. Number two, we want to capture their information. We want to put it into the CRM so that way we can start to market to them. So they will now get our email newsletters. They will get all of the things that we're doing anytime we have a new event, things like that, right? So that is why what we want to do is capture their information. They're giving us permission to email them and then email them out that information. So I'm going to show you how to do this step by step with the Done by One CRM. So if you are doing an event, you will know how to basically do all of this. So I'm doing it for an AI class that I'm teaching live in person tomorrow. And what I've also done is I am going to be doing an event on Friday and I'm going to have a booth. And on the booth, on the table, I'm going to have a QR code for people requesting more information. They're going to scan that QR code, fill out a form once again, go into my CRM, and then that information will be emailed to them. So let me go ahead and share my screen and I will walk you guys exactly through this. Okay. So I don't know why Zoom kind of changed the way the screen sharing is. So right now it's going to be a side by side. So hopefully this comes out good. But we're going to go into Done by One. And the very first thing that we're going to do is create a form. I have folders. So this form is going to be used in my Done by One lead magnet in courses. I'm going to add a form and I'm going to always you can use a template. So if you wanted to use a template, you can browse all of the different templates. Here's the only thing about using a template. If it has information on here that doesn't pertain to your business, all of that information has to get stored somewhere. So it gets stored in that contact information. So for me, I just like to create a simple form. So I'm going to click on Add Form, Start from Scratch. The form's basically already going to be created, right? Okay, so here's the form. I'm going to first rename it. So this is going to be called AI Course 2026, because I'm sure in 2027, the AI course is going to be different. First name. So first name, last name, phone, email. We're going to need all of that stuff. But here's the thing. I want to make sure that first name is required, right? So if I click in that box, I'm going to click on required. If I didn't want first name or last name or whatever, I can delete it here or I can hide it. So we have first name, last name, phone, and email. I can make phone if I wanted to not required. Maybe they don't need to put their phone number in there. They can just do their email. Now, in this use case over here, when I click here, I don't need both of these. So I'm just going to delete one, right? And then I'm going to change this. So by checking the box, I can send to receive non-marketing text messages. It is actually, I guess, marketing. I'm going to put my business name, Done by One, and I'm going to include next to lending because some of the information is going to come from them. Okay, and then I am going to just change this to marketing. And I'm going to click save. Just make sure you're always clicking save. And then here, where it says button, I'm going to change that to submit, send me the info. And I always like to put it center. So I'm going to just click there. That's going to be centered. And I'm going to click in the box. If I wanted to change the themes, I could change it there. If I want to change the color, which I do, I'm going to go ahead and change it there. So now we have the purple color. And if I wanted to, you can add your privacy policy in terms of use. I'm just going to delete that for right now. Okay. Now, if I wanted to add a picture at the top, I can just scroll down. These are all different things that you can add to the form. Maybe you have a questionnaire that you want to ask them. Maybe you want to know what company they're working with. Maybe you want them to upload a file, right? So all of this stuff over here on the left can be added to this form, but I'm just going to take this image and move it over here. Should just, yeah, there. Okay. Now we're going to choose a file. I guarantee you, I don't know why it's not going to the media storage. So this is just going to my computer. I'm going to pick a photo from my computer. Let's see which one. Doesn't really matter. I'll just use this one for now. Let me just see. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to click on save. And then settings and submission. So we want to do this. So in the settings tab, what happens after they submit the form? What are they going to see? Well, we're not asking for feedback. I'm just going to say, thank you. Check your email for the handouts. And then I'm going to also let them know to check spam just in case. Please check your spam just in case. Now, maybe I wanted to personalize this, right? So I can go into custom values and I can put first name. So when they enter their first name, it can be contact first name. Thank you for your, thank you. Check your email for the handouts. Please check your spam just in case, right? So I'm going to click save there. And then submission is where you can go to see who has submitted the forms and you can use a date here. So if you ever wanted to see, okay, how many people submitted this form, this is one of the places that you can see it, okay? So just remember, this is called AI Course 2026. We have our form filled out and done here. So now what I'm going to do is go over to QR codes because I want to attach the QR code to the form. So that way, when I have my PowerPoint presentation up on the screen, they're going to be able to just scan it and then enter it from their cell phone. So I'm going to click on create QR code, and this is going to be called the AI Course 2026. And when you're doing a QR code, you can attach it to a website, you can attach it if you have a link tree. Maybe you're somewhere where you want to accept payments, right? You can accept payments. So everything that you can do with the QR code is right here, but we are going to click on form. I'm going to click next. I'm going to get the AI Course 2026 form, and it's going to bring me here to this QR code. Now, this is where, if you wanted to, you can change the shape. You could add your logo. You can change the page background. I always change the colors. So I'm just going to take this and let's change the dot color. If I wanted to change the dot color, I can change it like that. Or maybe I just want to keep it as, black or whatever. And then if I wanted to change the border color, I can change that. And if I wanted to change the circles, the dots, I can change that. So I'm going to download this here. So that way I can add this to the PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to click on save. So now we have our form. And we have our QR code that will go on the PowerPoint, or if you have a handout or whatever, you can see here on this QR code, I have my logo in the center. Here I have the Done by One logo in the center. So these are all the different QR codes that I got going on. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to automation. And I'm going to create an automation so that when they fill out the form, they're going to get that email. So let me see. Certified. I want to put this in a folder. So I have so many automations in here. So I definitely want to put this in a folder. Let let me see, that's this. I don't have a folder. Oh yeah, done by one AI courses. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to create a workflow. Once again, these are all the different ways that you can create a workflow. You can use AI, you can look at the templates. I'm just going to start from scratch because it's going to be a very, very simple workflow. So I'm just going to call this AI course 2026, right? And the trigger is going to be the form. So when they fill out that form is AI course 2026. So when they fill out this form, what do I want to have happen? The very first thing I want to have happen is I want to add a tag to the contact. So that way, whenever so that way, whenever they fill out the form, they're automatically going to get a tag. Why do I want to add a tag? Well, a couple reasons, but the first reason is then I can pull everybody that filled out this form by the tag. So I can do that. I can send emails to them afterwards. I can then add them to all of my different email marketing campaigns and stuff like that from the tag. So I'm going to click here. We don't have a tag yet, and I have a million tags, but I don't have a tag called AI course 2026. We can see here I have AI class June of 2025. So I'm going to do AI course 2026. This is my new tag. Okay. Make sure you save at the bottom, and then I'm in autosave. If you're not in autosave, you would have to save at the top. So first I'm going to add a tag. The second thing I'm going to do is I am going to send them an email. Now, maybe I want ChatGPT to create this email for me. So I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to do a new chat for right now. And I'm going to say, I am doing an AI course. And when people fill out the form in the class, we will be emailing them a link to the Google Drive for them to get all the handouts and prompts for this course. Here is the Google link. Let me go there. See AI course 2026. Okay, this is everything that they're going to be getting. So I'm just going to copy this link. I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. Here's the link. Please draft an email thanking them for coming to the course and including the link so they can download all the handouts. Now, a couple of things real quick. So I can either put all of the handouts in a Google Drive, or if I wanted to, in my email that I'm sending them here, I can attach all of the attachments here. I just think it's easier to do it in a Google Drive. The other thing, if you want to get a little bit more techie, if you want to see who downloaded that link, then what you can do is you can have that Google Drive link be a trigger link. And then you can, anytime somebody clicks on that link, the trigger link to download it, it will automatically alert you, right? So you can track the clicks and stuff like that right here. So ChatGPT is writing the email. Now, one of the things with the automation, you have a couple of different options. You can either put the from name here, the from email here, or let's just say this went on for, it was like send an email, wait 3 days, send another email, wait 4 days, send another email, wait 2 days, something like that. But you want different emails to come from different people on your team. You don't want it to all be from the same person. Then what you would do is you would enter the information in the from name and the from email here. But if this entire automation is coming from the same person, then you're going to just go into settings, and we have in here the account time zone, and then we're going to put, I'm going to put my name here. and the from email. And then the from a phone number, I'm not even going to worry about that because I'm not sending any text messages. Now, if I wanted to send a text message, so you can add this here, and I'll show you guys how to add a text message in here. That's basically just like, thank you so much. Check your email as well as spam. So I'm going to go back to the builder. One more thing I just want to show you also here. Let's just say you have all of these automated emails going out. If you click on stop on response, what that will do is if somebody emails you back, thank you so much, great class, whatever, it will automatically stop this automation. So if somebody responds back to you, it will automatically stop the remainder of the automation. Okay. So we got the tag. Let's go back here to email, send an email. We don't need to worry about the from name or email because we put that in the settings tab. I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. Here is the subject. So I'm just going to copy that. In the subject line, I want it to be personalized. So I'm going to click on this little paper clip thing. First name, comma. There is my subject. Once again, I'm going to personalize it here. First name. And let's see what it says. Thank you for attending. I'm excited. Blah, 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 whatever. This looks great. I love it how it calls me D. Okay, so let's make sure. Thank you so much for attending. I'm excited you took the time to learn how to use AI in a smarter, more strategic way. As promised, here's a Google Drive link with all the courses, handouts we've covered. Download everything here. Inside, you'll find ready to use prompts and worksheets, resources. Don't save these, use them, love that. Pick one prompt today to put it into action. If you have any questions, I'm happy to help, blah, blah, blah. Perfect. Okay. So this looks good. Save. Now that's simple. You can just have it be like that, right? Just simple email. They fill out the form. They're going to get that email. Now maybe what we want to do is add a text message and just say, hey, check your email. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go to contact, first name, check your email now for the Google Drive link. Please check spam just in case. Okay, right? So we're going to save that. And now maybe what we also want to do is ask them for a review after the class, right? So we're going to wait a day, right? Wait one day. So after they fill out the form, we're now going to wait a day and it will send them an email or a text or whatever we want, a Google My Business review. So I'm just going to wait one day. Let's say we wanted to wait a couple of hours, right? We can also just go to the wait. After they fill out the form, we can wait. Let's just say the class is going to be 3 hours. Actually, it's from 2 to 5. So yeah, it is 3 hours. So we're gonna wait 4 hours. Or maybe we want them to do it right away, right? Right after the course. So we can wait 2 hours and then we can just say, well, we can either send them a review request, right? If our Google My Business is set up. Let's see what type we want to send it via SMS. And no override, click on save. And then maybe I also want to send them an email and just say, will you please leave me a review? Let's go to ChatGPT actually and say, now we will send an email after the course asking for a review. Please draft that email. Okay. I am going to be using something for reviews, so I might come in and change this afterwards, but just for demonstration purposes, I'm showing you how to do it. So we're going to go back to ChatGPT, and I don't have a review link right now. So once I get my review link, I will insert it there. And what we're going to do is just go like this, copy, paste. Let's see. Thank you again for attending the course. I truly appreciate it. If you found value in the class, if you would take 2 minutes to leave me a review. I'm just going to tell them you can just email me back and with the review if you don't want to use the link. Okay. I am going to add a review link in here though afterwards because I do have one. I just don't have it right now. Just you don't need to overthink it. Just share what you learned, what stood out. Thank you so much for your support. It generally means the world to me. And perfect. Okay. So that is now asking for the review. So now after the class, I'll let everybody know, check your email. If you wouldn't mind, please leave me a review. And I can also, if I wanted to add a text message, just letting them know. So one last thing here in the automation, if you scroll down here, right, you can look at all of the different things that you can have automated. If you wanted to automatically add them to a Slack channel or a voicemail drop, maybe I wanted to wait 24 hours and then leave a voicemail drop just saying, hey, thank you so much for attending the class yesterday. If you have any ideas for me, please let me know, or, whatever, right? So these are all of the different things. So you can kind of go around and just play around with it and see exactly what you can automate here. So this is good. I'm going to click on publish. And I think I downloaded my, um, so I'm going to go into Gamma, which is where I created the presentation. I don't see it in here. I probably have to go to my other laptop. But anyways, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go into Gamma and I'm going to add the QR code to the Gamma presentation so that way people will have that on the screen tomorrow. And I'll also probably print some of the QR codes. So when they walk into the class, they'll have that QR code right there on the desk. So that way they can just scan that QR code there. But that is how, when you are doing events, whether it's online or in person, you're, able to create a form, and then have them fill out the form, create a QR code so that scan the QR code, fill out the form. When they fill out the form, it will automatically create the contact into the CRM and it will automatically tag them, the AI course 2026, for example, and then it will automatically set them up on receiving those email and text messages. So that is how you do it. Probably would have taken me 15 minutes less if I wasn't explaining all of this to you as I was doing it. But that is the best way for you guys to start capturing more information, getting more people's contact information into the CRM, and then making sure that you're now dripping on them with all of the other content that you have. So that's it. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.